Good afternoon from ranch country in southern Alberta. We are in Lethbridge, Canada, a city recognized with the historic high-level bridge. It sits 95.7 meters high above the Old Man River. We are known here in Lethbridge as ranch country. Of course, the recognizable horse statue in downtown Lethbridge. But all the ranchers heading into the NMAX Center, along with all the curling fans around the world, for the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship 2019. And we are into session 4. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Luke Coley, joined by Sander Rolvag, as we will see in our feature game, Japan taking on Norway. And Sander, Japan hasn't lost yet. Norway just one game. There's a difference. You're playing your third game as opposed to your first, as we see the teams for Japan. Their lead, Shinya Abe. Their second, Yasumasa Tanida. Their third, Tetsuro Shimizu. And their skip, Yuta Matsumura. And their opponents for Norway, their lead, Andreas Horstad. Their second, Jorgen Miron. Their third, Mikael Malmsetter. And their skip, Magnus Ramsfell, in their first World Championship. Here are the standings coming into session 4. Canada, Japan, Switzerland, and Sweden all sit at 2-0. Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Scotland all 1-1. Norway, USA sitting at 0-1, while China, Korea, Russia round out the 13-team field. Here are all the games going on in session 4. On sheet A, Scotland takes on Netherlands. Both those teams sit at 1-1. On sheet B, someone will get their first win. USA taking on Korea. Sheet C, Italy taking on the home country, Canada. While we are on sheet D, Japan against Norway. Welcome in Sander Rolvag. And you know this Norwegian team quite well. A new team for a lot of people seeing at a World Championship.
Yeah, new team. I think the skip's name might ring a bell, though. His father, a 3-time world champion. So himself is on the way up. They're still a very young team. And I think it's probably going to be a learning experience for them this week. But there's a reason why they're here. They made it out of Norway. It's not an easy country to necessarily qualify from nowadays, as there were a couple of good teams. But yeah, had a tough one against Peter de Cruz yesterday. Didn't really seem to get anything going with Hammer anyway. They stole a point, but in the end they were knocked off by the Swiss. But it's still quite early, so I won't call it yet for Norway. For Japan, I think they had an excellent start with that turnaround win on Italy. And of course picked up a win in China as well. They're looking pretty solid.
Trying to win their third straight. Obviously, this is session 4. They're now in their third game. Just one game so far for Norway, slowly getting into it, whereas Japan playing 3 of the first 4 sessions. Coming off a win back-to-back. There's the last stone draw numbers. Japan will have last stone because of the better draw numbers. So Norway will get it started. The yellow stones. Just been the common occurrence to see for years. Thomas Olsrud and his side representing Norway in the colorful trousers. Then Stefan Valstad coming in, playing for a couple of years. Now seeing another team getting that depth in Norwegian curling. Used to be 1 or 1A that was coming, but now, as you said, Sander, Magnus Ramsfell and his team earned the right. He also played at the World Juniors this year too. They have been busy.
Yeah, not a lot of teams play the World Juniors and the World Men's Championship in the same season. I know Nicholas Sedin did it back in 06, but I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's the only time a full junior team has represented Norway at the Men's Championship ever. So it's quite a feat already just to be here. And it's not like the Ulsrud or Wallstad did great at their first World Championship, but they'd be hoping to pick up some wins and learn a lot from it.
Well, Andreas Horstad will start us off, 20-year-old.
I picked up a bronze medal at the Youth Olympics playing mixed doubles. He's a powerful sweeper. Norwegian lead. We'll see lots of that later.
Well, first stone in. Let's see what Yura Matsumura asks of his lead. Shinya Abe, a veteran on the team, the 39-year-old. As the vice skip as well. Well, nose hits, so we'll get some hits to begin here in this one. Well, the big sweep trying to hold this, make sure they eliminate that stone. And Holstad rolls out. You need to see the corner guard go out in front.
Yeah, nothing to worry about for Japan now. Nothing in the house. Why not throw a corner? Might get an easy 2 on the board here in the first end. It's kind of key for Holstad to keep the shooter in play. Because with the 5-rock rule, or we can't go up and peel that corner guard. We're going to have to play ball. And you definitely don't want to start playing in around that corner, not this early in the end. It'll play into Japan's hands, so we're going to try and counter-attack here with a center guard.
Well, the full junior age team, 20-year-olds, Jørgen Myhren.
4, 5, 6, 6. Nei, ingenting. 6, bare ingenting. 5, så ikke mye. 4, 5, 5. Bare la den sitte så høyt som mulig. Kanskje. 4. Skal være inn og spise. Ok. Bra meldt. Rydde. Sorry.
Well, sliding into the house, so just a corner guard, 1 stone in the rings. Yasumasa Tanida, 24-year-old. Was the alternate at the Worlds in 2016. We'll hit, roll over to the wing, and we'll get him behind cover. So we look at the rules of play. 6 ends minimum must be played. 38 minutes of thinking time and 1 60-second timeout. It looks like enough here. Try and chase after it for Norway.
Yeah, just throw the soft weight, try and bring the sweepers into play. Gotta hit something though. Rather wreck on the guard than blow it past everything. This one looking pretty good.
Yeah, no problem there. Hits, rolls to the 8-foot. Well, Japan has to be happy, get to play around the corner guard to start off the first end of this game. You have the hammer, you earn that with the draw shot challenge. No real risk along the center line. Make the hit, now get the flop to the wing, and we'll sit wide open. Mikael Mellomsetter.
The first 3 in the lineup for Norway, all from Oppdal. More or less in the middle of the country, up the mountains. Lots of curlers from there. Stefan Wallstad included, as we mentioned. He's on the bench for Norway.
Watching this team playing together through the juniors as well. Probably a few more people in the stands here than at other events that they played in, so that's something they'll have to work on with important communication. Tetsuro Shimizu. This is World Championship number 7 for Shimizu.
Well, talking about communication, he played third for Yosuke Morizumi, the team Morizumi. Very well known for being excellent communicators and sweepers. And they made a lot of shots as a team.
Well, playing in the back part of the rings. It is Japan lying 1. They have the corner guard out in front.
I believe it was the Scottish railway workers that brought curling to the small town of Oppdal. It's only about 7,000 people that live there. Still, they have hundreds of curlers.
The Norwegian curling town. That one just hangs on, and a big difference if that one bites the rings as opposed to rolling out.
It's actually a dispute over who had the first official curling club in Norway, if it was Oslo or Oppdal. Apparently they were both at a party, and Oslo had gone up to the second floor, came back down and said, "We just established the first ever curling club." And Oppdal said, "Well, we beat you to it. We did it 4 hours ago." No one really knows.
The legends of curling history in Norway with Sander Rovag. Nose hit on that back one. Good quiet wait for Japan. Really able to control it. Not much doing here in this first end. Magnus Ramsfell. Of course, she mentioned Sander, the last name very familiar to curling fans. His father, his uncle. World Championships, Olympic gold medal for his uncle.
That was quite fun when he played the World Juniors in 2016. Not a lot of the junior teams knew the guys necessarily, but all the parents knew their second names. There was 2 times Ramsfjell and also a Trulsen on the team.
The names that are recognizable in curling.
That's a family sport.
So the corner guard out in front. That one rolling out for Ramsfell. And Matsumura a chance to roll behind. Talk about family. Matsumura's sister just played at the recent World Women's Curling Championship. And finished 4th. So Japan showing success in both the men's and women's side.
Take a look at the hog-to-hog split time here. Just between those 2 black hog lines, we'll get a time up. Give us an indication of how quick the ice is running. 15.4. I don't think it's that quick, but you seem to be able to carry it pretty well.
Wow, big sweep.
15.4, able to get it to top 8. That's pretty rapid. Ice conditions looking pretty good early in the week.
Yeah, and it's a little quicker than we've seen the last few sessions. It was about 14.5, even closer to 14 at times.
I think that's pretty normal. The ice is slightly green to begin with. What the players will hope for is the ice to be consistent from now on and throughout the week. Makes it all easier to find your draw weight for every game. Love if you can be able to throw the same draw weight on day 1 as day 7.
That's what Jamie Barassa, the head ice technician, is working for. Magnus Ramsfeldt and Norway trying to work this one past the front. And they will, enough to tap that one through. Nice shot from the Norway skip. And a good chunk of this is available for Matsumura to try and blank the end. This Matsumura's first World Championship appearance as a skip was an alternate 2015. Here, trying to blank this first end. Well, catch a piece, roll it out, and gets away with the jam as well. So no score, as Japan able to hit and roll out. Will retain hammer into the second here in session 4.
Det virker som isen var mye mer nå, sånn som det var i tredje-fjerde omgang i forrige kamp. Det var ikke den omgangen hvor det var mye rettere denne gangen. Så, rart. Jeg liker å ta med outline, se om det fortsatt er litt råere der, for var det på dragningen. Men jeg tipper at det
Skal jeg spille på der, tror jeg, eller skal jeg spille?
Nei, ikke gjør det. Det er glattere nå enn det var på dragningene på de har spilt, i hvert fall. Men, ja. Bra.
Greit start.
Ja. Safe start. Du har ikke gitt opp 5 nå?
Du har ikke tatt 5 heller. Fortsatt god tid, ja. Jeg kan ikke gidde å ta bort det. Ser dere klokka på andre siden, egentlig?
A blank first end. Japan and Norway are feature game in session 4. Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship. Luke Coley here with Sander Rolvag. Norway will get us started again. How do they go about it? Do they try and put one in again, or try and force the issue now?
I think they'll put up a center guard. It seems to be very consistent. For a lot of games, you get a very open first end. But you don't want to make the game shorter if you're Norway. Leave Japan blanking the for 3 or 4 ends, and it's a lot harder to turn that hammer in your favor. You want to get something going. So that sits in the free guard zone. Japan not allowed to remove it from play and try and come around. The Norwegian lead played mixed doubles at the Youth Olympics. Shinji Abe represented Japan at a World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship. So involves a lot of draws to the forfeit. This one coming up all deep. We saw the ice was pretty quick on Matsumura's draw. I wonder if it's maybe fueling them slightly.
So Norway chase after that one.
Dragning! Hard! Hard! 6! Wow! Yep! 6, 7! Hard! Yep! Hard! Kom igjen! 5!
Oh, this one, not really a chance on this. As it crashed on the front, we'll see what Italy-Canada has got going on over on sheet C.
It certainly looks like Italy is in trouble here.
Infatti.
Trying to run that red. See what they see on the red top 12 foot.
I wonder if they might be just coming through the hole off the back yellow, trying to cut down the score. Honestly, not sure here, Luke. Doesn't seem to be a lot of great options as it looks.
I think you're right, trying to go through that hole. Pressure packed first end against the Canadian side.
Close. I wonder if it slips a bit too far. Might be too yellow.
It might be too.
Simon and Gonin trying to get away with it.
Well, it looks like it was just one. They kicked him away pretty quickly, so a steal there. 1-0 Canada leading Italy. We'll slide next door to them on sheet B. USA, Korea.
It looks like USA lying 2 here. And for Korea, Kim So-hyuk, it's just a nose hit to score the single. You hate to be forced in the first end, but it's always good to put a score on the board.
Yeah, Korea extra end loss in their first game against Canada, coming in winless at 0-2. Get their single point, lead 1-0 over Team USA. We'll keep you up to date throughout session 4, all the other games going on. Well, Japan already having 2 in behind those guards. Right in behind, lying 3. Norway in some early trouble. Stein Mellomseder, coach of this Norwegian team.
And also the father of the third on the left here, the pink gripper.
And that's always an interesting dynamic with a father as the coach of a team. Run it back, get anything, and we'll pick one out. Still Japan counting multiple right now, lying 2. We see Bob Ursel now joins the Japan ranks. He was with the Korean side during the Olympic Winter Games. And now here coaching this Japanese team.
One of many Canadian exports of late.
Well, briefly saw him before the game. I said, off to a pretty good start. He's like, room for improvement. So I'm not even happy with the 2-0 record. It's, you know what, there's always room to be better. Well, nothing right out of hand, trying to run this back. We'll peel it over the top. Still Japan lying 3. Let's look over at Scotland against Netherlands first end.
I was going to say, Luke, it looks like maybe Scotland lying 1. Bruce Mowat to draw the button, potentially for 2.
Line up again. Rem, tell me if you need this. No backing.
Well, Scotland had a loss earlier today, now coming back. After they played really well in their first game, a win over Russia. Comes down, they'll take a close look. but just one for Scotland. So 1-0, Scotland leading Netherlands over on sheet A. And Japan, let's put a fourth in.
Yeah, trouble now for Norway. Not really anywhere to hide either.
Altså, fryser du den, så har du tatt bort de to øverste. Da gir vi opp maks 3.
Hvor ligger oss? Hvor ligger altså?
First thought about trying to hit the reds directly. Can't see a lot of it though, so back to the run back. It's pretty close this time. Need contact here, need to shuffle the reds a bit.
Makes them all move. Still leaves Japan lying 3, actually spreads them out.
That's a little better for Norway. At least some of these reds are now available. Might be some room to actually find cover for Norway. The drawer hit and roll. So usually Japan would be quite happy to have everything spread around when they have last stone. I think it was good for Norway to just get the reds moved about a little bit. Got to be really careful now here, Shimizu, not to come too deep with the draw. Doesn't look heavy.
They can't get past their own in the top. They do live 4. How does Norway get out of this?
It's a bit of a decision time here. You risk the game almost by playing a draw. Try and play some kind of hit and roll. And they're going to play the draw. It would be the best result, but definitely more risk. Well, down to skip rocks, and Japan's lying 4. Even if you make a hit here, you don't get the roll. You're still looking at a 4.
Well, the second end, Japan lying 4. Long discussion. Let's see what the hog-to-hog time is. We saw a draw in the first end. Almost 15.5 that go to the top part of the rings. Probably 15 right to the tee line.
Unless it is slightly slower coming in the wider path. Seem to think it's going to be running quite similar. 14-2. They can afford to be all deep here, as long as they get buried.
Look at that move in right to the 4-foot.
Very nice. Not out of trouble yet, Norway, but that at least asks the question of Japan and makes them having to make a good one. He's just like his father, pretty good draw player.
A lot of pressure drawn nonetheless, forcing Japan to chase after him.
The good part about playing the draw also on his first is there's a chance he might have to do it again. Obviously made it perfect on the first one, but he might have to repeat himself. Matsumura will chase it. Use his own red stone here on the center line, try and run it back. Can't see the whole rock. Don't have to come too close to the guard. I think if you shave the guard here, you probably over curl. playing a pretty controlled weight here, trying to bring the sweepers into play.
Well, obviously real close. Yuta Matsumura trying to go straight back, and look at that delicate run back to live 5.
Wow. Really nice, and that looks so controlled all the way down, never in doubt. I love the weight choice.
Never a panic from the whole team. It was just, yep, close, 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 and then a little bit at the end. Watch this little different release for Matsumura.
It starts more kind of at 2 o'clock, winds it up. Starts at 12 o'clock, winds it up till 2 o'clock, and spins it back. I wouldn't necessarily start there if you're going to take on curling, but
similar to another Norwegian, Torgeir Nergard.
Yeah, he used to do that, or still does. Oldsrud did actually do that for a couple of years himself. I feel like there's a lot going on, and that seems to work for Matsumura. The most important part about any kind of technique or slide or release is consistency. Doesn't really matter how you do it, as long as you do exactly the same each time.
I'll try and take all the extra elements out of it. Some may say very similar to golf swing.
You know, I'm not a big golfer
maybe
myself,
a putt,
but I've heard
putters
that.
lining up shots. Now is he committed after playing the draw on his first that he's got to play the draw here?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you're like 5 against. You could maybe make a triple. Even a double, not that easy. You're still giving up a bundle. Just made the draw here, and now he actually has something to freeze on to. So if he can lock it perfectly on, he might get away with maybe only giving up a 1 here. Best case. Just can't bounce off in the open. Is he going to go around here? Uh-oh. Stuck in no man's land. A foot too deep or a foot too shy. They either had to try and wrap it around. Try and stay on top. I think it would be much better just to have left that one a foot shorter. Slight miscommunication there, really. Sweepers call that one probably all heavy. So they start calling the line to get it around, but probably could have left it.
Well, and that what makes it so difficult, because you weren't far off from a great shot. Instead, now it could be a big crooked number put up by Japan.
Going to take their time here, rightfully so. Could be the game already. Just because the yellow is side by side by the red means that if you catch maybe half the yellow or thinner, it's actually going to touch the red, and so you might want to play enough weight that you'll actually see the yellow spring out the back. If you play really soft, you only catch a thin piece of the yellow, might not spin far enough. See most of the counters in the 12-foot, so really looking to kill the yellow here.
So the final stone, usual setup for Yuta Matsumura. Lines it up, trying to wind up a big end.
A bit of pressure showing this. You know how important the shot's going to be. You know you set up this end perfectly. You don't want to miss your chance.
Well, now trying to curl, carve it, tap this one through. They have enough to spin it back. And will they get a handful? Look at that. They do get 5 out of it. Wow. Able to catch enough of it and spill that one out the back to score 5 as Japan strikes first with a big number. They go up by 5 after 2 ends of play.
It's ironic because Norway, after the blank end, the skip jokingly said, oh, well, we didn't give up a 5, so not a bad start.
And it is a 5, so 5-0 our score through 2 ends of play.
10だとさ、あんまり良くないかも。外に持ったら当たるし。
OK, det er bare å være med nøyaktig. Det er bare mye dårlig sats der.
It doesn't happen too often, but a 5 put on the board. Had a chance at 6, but I'm sure Japan will not complain that they put up 5 with the hammer in the second end. Here at the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship 2019. Good crowd here this afternoon at the NMAX Center. And everything that could have gone wrong for Norway did in that end. But they were not far off even getting themselves out of that last end.
No, the skipper made 2 really good draws. The second one could have been a lot better.
We'll take a look in Scotland and Netherlands. And it looks like Scotland line 1.
So just drawing the button here. We saw Wouter Huskins do that quite a lot yesterday. Need that switch last season. Put Jaap van Dorp down at 3rd. Maybe trying to utilize his hitting abilities. And Wouter has proven himself a pretty good draw player. Definitely able to bail out his team with a button draw quite often. We'll see if he gets it here. 2 good sweepers on as well. Glasbergen, Hoekman. They're seeming pretty happy with it. Don't think they can move that red as it sits frozen, so just for the single.
I guess the battery is slow. Yeah. But yeah, the battery
So a tie game, 1-1. Of course, Netherlands get that upset win in their first game against Team USA, the Olympic champs. Big win for them. Keep updating all the other games. Italy, Canada. 1-0 Canada leads in the second end.
Joel Retornas beat Canada back in the 06 Olympics. I think a lot of Canadian curling fans will remember him, and of course he's been around quite a lot. Played quite a few World Championships.
This is trip number 6 for Joel.
Nudging the yellow, just be sure here they get it. Beautiful little touch shot by the Italian 4th.
They have tried to mix up the lineups in years past for Italy. Try to bring in Mozaner throwing those final 2 stones, and then go back to Joel throwing those final 2 stones.
Yeah, I think that works. I mean, Mozaner was playing 4th when they qualified for the Olympics, but Mozaner, such a good hitter at 3rd. Retornas with the experience playing 4th. Seems to be a good combo.
Well, here our feature game, Japan and Norway. 5-0 is the score. Japan first 2 in. Make it the first 3 into the rings Norway stacking the 2 corner guards.
ごめん、測れんかった。
Bare 15.
OK。
Quite wide the
Vil du
corners,
løse
but
det?
still usable.
Hey,
Mikkel bare har vant 16.
OK。
Only problem with them being
Stepping
so
up
wide
back.
is to be fully buried, you're only in the 12 foot. You may try and make a roll here. Very quick to run out of rings as well.
Jørgen Miren.
1. Vi tar. 15. 15. Fang. 15. Fang. Go. 1. Jep. Jep. Hard. Videre, videre, videre. Kom igjen, kom igjen.
I'll make a little tap, try and roll it to the wing, and not quite enough.
Bra meldt.
OK。こっちまで欲しいから。
So you can see Japan just trying to stay away from the corner guards. So hit the yellow. Want to hit it on the nose and leave a hit roll back. So
こいつよりはこっち側にいたい。
want to roll in behind cover or even far. A little bit of experience for the Japanese, you said. Tanida here, an alternate. Also Matsumura was an alternate. But of course, Tetsuro Shimizu, quite a few world championships under his belt. So I think it helps a lot just for most of them to have been at a world championship. And even if you haven't necessarily played a lot of games or even been on the ice at all, it's just
15-3 på forrige.
having had that experience and feel familiar.
And Matsumura played at one in Canada, different element, lots of spectators in the building. It's a different environment than you maybe see in other countries. A young player, Matsumura, very calm in the house. Good composure from him so far in this one. Obviously, it's easy when you're up 5-0 and things are going your way.
Sorry.
Oh, a little flip to the wing will just nibble the edge of the 12-foot, but it is third shot.
残す必要あるのかい？フィールでもいいんじゃないかい？フィールは？フィールでもいいんじゃない？
しっかり出す方がいい。
ああ、もうちょい。ちょうど全部見えてる。あれ、あそこ行ったら投げられるよ。
Sometimes it's actually a bit hard to know what to
こ
do
こ投げれたら一番
when
強
you're
い。
5 up with 8 ends to go.
じゃない点差的には。
Just trying to balance the line of being defensive but not too defensive. You don't want to give away points either.
これやったらここでしょ。
それやられたら追えばいいんじゃない？
Sometimes it's a lot more straightforward what you want to do if it's a 1-point deficit.
ない方がいいな、あそこ。投げられたら。
Consider the draw. I think you're just going to peel this yellow out. No need to stick around, really. The Shinkansen Express on his way. Not full speed this time, though. Sometimes you will see it run quite straight when you come this wide. No problems there.
It's a spot in the ice you don't see thrown very often.
No, it's a bit tricky sometimes because you look out there and it might be a little bit of frost. You think it might be a bit of pebble that hasn't been broken down, but quite often it's the wings might be, if anything, a tad low. So it runs straighter sometimes.
Fin linje. Litt plass. 6, 7. Linja er bra. Linja er nydelig. 7. Linja er nydelig. 7. 7, 8.
Staying patient, trying to get at least 2 back is Norway here in this third end. They did their scouting report. They saw Japan get a lead earlier today, but let China slip back into it. Look over Sheet B, USA, Korea, third end.
Yep. All right. That was like 08, did I hear last time?
This is just a draw for John Schuster.
Right off, right off. Right off, right
Looks
off.
like they might be lying one here.
Clean if you can.
I think
Around
it's
the
draw for
corner.
2.
You guys. It's not curling, it's way out there.
Okay, just keep it clean. Just keep
Careful.
it clean.
Of course, John's first trip back to a world championship after
14-8.
a
Heads
gold
down.
medal at the Olympics last season.
Just keep it. Yeah, don't.
Sorry. I just really kicked out with way more than I did on either of my other draws.
So no problem there.
And then I actually even extended
USA able to get 2
Good thing I was out in the
and
wind.
will lead 2-1 after 3 ends of play.
Yes, go.
It's just game number 2 for Team USA.
Nice team.
Both those teams without a win on sheet B. Japan follows that come around with one of their own. They go right to the T line.
すげえいい感じに入っていこう。
いい感じに入っていくね。Litt tight.
Føltes ung ut.
Bare fart. Linja er bra.
7, 8.
Linja er bra.
7, 8.
Bare fart. 8 er for langt.
7,
Ren nå.
6, 7.
Ren på linje i hvert fall.
Der.
Japp.
Litt lang.
Nære. Bra, Mikael. Bra spill.
It is second shot. Now playing around the corner guard.
難しい？半分ぐらいしかない。半分じゃ見てない？こんなもん？
出してもいいと思う。
出しても良さそうだけど。全部出るでしょ。
出せそうな感じ？出せそう。真横って感じ？
Well, gets the confirmation. Looked like from the other end they could see more than he thought.
そんなにね、外当たっちゃったらね、あんまり良くない。後ろは絶対出るけど。結構立つ。見えてる分だね。
Does this throw it hard, try and spill all of them out?
Whoa, whoa. Green. Whoa. Hit it. Yep.
Trying to carve this in, catch a good chunk, spill them all out.
Nice.
Yeah, and very nice, able to make them all go away behind the corner.
Nice.
Shimizu on this one, get that extra little bit of finish. That's the big thing within the game with the curling last few years is really that directional sweeping and managing the stone, even on those big weight shots.
I'm not sure how much carving are you going to be able to do with that kind of weight, but it doesn't hurt, that's for sure. Of course, now giving up in the corner guards, Norway. You have those 2 reds staggered in the top of the house. Perfect to come around. You sink one in here. There's a good chance Japan won't be able to get to it. Some curling early. Doesn't look too happy with it here.
Front end canoe, got to get it past the front, and it won't.
I think just a little soft release there, maybe.
We'll keep you up to date with everything else going on here in session 4. 2-1 Italy leads Canada over on sheet C.
Italy lying 1. Dead frozen on that yellow. Don't think there's a chance for Kiwi to do much more than draw for the single.
Very similar.
Room right now. It's great. Back 4, back 4. Whoa, then. Yeah. Green.
Wait here.
Nice guess. Green. Nice guess. Yep. Yes. Yep. Yep.
No?
Yep.
No. 10.
Yep.
This one's a little heavy on Kiwi and Canada. Steal for Italy.
Well, a slow start for Italy, but they've scored 3 straight, now up 3-1 after 3 ends of play. Well, Matsumura makes a hit and roll. Why not line all 3 up? Forces Norway to draw the 4-foot for 1.
Skal vi spille samme fart? Ja. Siden samme kanskje litt utover, så det kan at den kommer til å runde en del lenger og bli litt hardere.
Magnus Ramsfell wasn't far off his draw on his final shot last end, but it led to a shot for 5.
Kjøler veldig mye nå. Det nesten tight.
They get the full 4-foot to get the single point. And no problem for the young Norwegian skip right to the button and gets 1. They'll give the hammer back to Japan, trailing by 4 here. The NMAX Center in Lethbridge.
Okay. Jeg lå opp med 2 center med en gang, det ikke? Må gjøre det resten av kampen. Høy først. Høy først. 1.
Mighty big shoes to fill for Magnus Ramsfell. Carries a big legacy with that last name. His father, a 3-time world champ. His uncle, an Olympic gold medalist. Coming in as a full junior age team. But was victorious at the World University Games. Ramsfell was winning the gold medal. In Canada in the final of that. So he's had that international experience, seeing that University Games. Sander, you know the University Games quite well. It's really a big stepping stone now, not just the juniors, but really use the University Games to getting to this World Championship.
Not sure if they changed the age. I heard rumors they were going to, but it was always an under 28 when I was playing it. So it was pretty much the best teams in the world who were aged under 28. So I think I played it 3 times and played the teams like Botcher, Dunstone, Mowat, Kyle Smith, and so on. There was quite a decent amount of competition, and definitely a good stepping stone. So I think that's why you see younger players as well, because there's more stepping stones. You have the European Youth Olympic Festival, the Youth Olympics, then you have the World Juniors, and then the Uni Games, as you mentioned. Just preparing them so much for these events. But it's a really tough field this year. 13 really good teams.
And being a youngster in your first, we see 2 centerline guards. The more times you can go play against the international field, the more comfortable you'll be wearing your nation's colors.
Compare it to Ulsrud. He played his first Worlds in '98. He was in his late 20s. Lost the first 3 games, but ended up 5-5.
Shinya Abe, 86% tournament average.
Nice.
I hadn't seen a lot of this Japanese team till the first couple games here, and they're impressing me so far. Just their composure, the communication, and they throw the rock very well to get good team shots, really use their sweepers well.
It seems to be a common thing for Japanese teams. Great communication. You know, I don't think you or me understand lots of Japanese, but it's quite clear how the communication works for them.
Jørgen Mjern, 71% tournament average, second for Team Norway. And some hand signals too. We're seeing that from both sides. With the extra noise, making sure that you've got to keep your head up as well. Oh, just get by the front.
Wow, that was pretty hard to wreck on the second guard there, actually. It's overburied.
Looked like they were pretty good most of the way. Wondering if it just flat spot or very aggressive stones here on the ice. I see lots of curl.
Pretty release sensitive. If you're all soft, you don't add enough rotation, it's gonna run away from you. So you see players nowadays throw them quite positive, and even kind of throw them a little bit from in to out. It makes them run straight for a long time, and then you get the finish at the end. And it's a little easier to control the line that way.
You saw the numbers, 86% for Tanita. Well, another well-played shot right in front to lie 3 early on in this fourth end.
Litt plass. Plass. Wow. Wow. 4. 8, 9, 9, 9. Ren. Yep. Yep. Wow. Yep. Hard. Whoa.
Well, tried for that late little rub, and they get it to slide just in front, and corner frozen on shot. Stone. And there's good communication. Needed to get that little rub. But body language showing the dejection a little bit, giving up that 5 early is very tough to come back from. Little rub to redirect it. Let's see how many they touch. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll nestle right next to the 4th one as it makes contact. This time is Japan not able to get past. They touch the front one, don't get through, and it's missed opportunity. They could have really got a little hit and roll.
Du kommer her med hack. Får du dytta den bak vår. Vi ligger 2 da, så vi kan jo garde, men jeg tror vi må få noe mer inn her. Ja, enig. Jeg liker her også. Ja, heller for den. Skli av litt er greit det også. Ja.
Speed wobble.
Bare fart. 6. 4-5. 6. Linja bra. Litt plass.
74%. Millum said it.
3 nære. Bare fart. Få den til kosten her. 3, 4. Få den til kosten. 4, 5. Ja. Forsiktig. Bra, Mikael. Bra der.
Just that little tap on that top one. Is the inside roll on the yellow still available for Japan?
It's pretty tough, and they're always moving around shots, so.
あれ黄色に当たってちょんってやったら一番最悪じゃない？黄色には当たりたくないね。
You don't mind
あれノーズできたら良さそうだけど。
making a play on it here, though, just to try and open it up a bit.
いやノーズが一番いい。ノーズがちょっと内側。何秒？9。こいつきっちり出しときたいね。
I thought I saw an indication, little roll to the outside on this.
Yeah, they discussed all the options here. Inside roll, nose hit, outside roll. I think they're playing for nose, but if you get the inside, they're happy with it.
Well, continue the 80 percentage run for Japan. Shimizu 86% so far. Get by, make the hit, squirt that one out the side, and will lie 3. Well, Tetsuro Shimizu.
Shake it! Yes!
Right in there, they're trying to get that late, trying to curl, sweep with the curl to get the finish.
Hvis du slår den, blir det veldig vanskelig å ikke gi dem en dobbelt. Du mister ryggen her, og den kommer ikke til å ligge noe foran den, da bare spretter den av. Så jeg liker å chappe den. 13. Ikke bare den veien. Jeg tror ikke det egentlig. Har ikke isen her da. Det er helt greit å rulle inn her. 13.
Pretty snug hole. Looking for the nose hit on the red. Wasn't quite sure what turn to throw. The skipper said, well, if you make the inside roll, that's fine.
Wow. Bra fart. Litt opp. Wow. Ja, 12-7. 12-5. Ja, 12-5 skal vi gjøre.
It's kind of hanging a little bit.
Nære. Flaks.
Sort of got a nice result touching that first one.
Kind of works out.
Heard that. I think I hear a sorry out there. See that sometimes when it's not the call that you were playing here, they come off the side one and redirect. Might have worked better than just the straight hit itself.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be too upset with that. You hear Magnus Ramsfjord say, lucky, as soon as that stone came to rest.
Well, you need that sometimes. You need a break to go your way.
Especially when you're giving up a 5 already.
Keeping an eye, USA, Korea, both teams without a win.
Kim So-hyuk loves to play these big shots. He's coming off the wide red. Trying to spring across, see if he can get any actions on the red stone here. He's trying to come up off of his own stone there. Just stuck it.
They're going to call for the measure on that one. But he was trying to back that one up. We'll let you know what the measure is over on sheet B. He made some great shots in his first game against Team Canada, force an extra end. Kim So-hyuk. Japan will have a little conference.
取って3つ並んだら投げづらくないその後。
3つ並んだらここに投げる？
そこに投げられこれ
押して。
うん。
押したらさまずこれここしか止まんないここに止まるじゃん。そしたらここ開いたら縦に投げればいいだけじゃない？
3つ並んでも？
うん、3つ並んでも。これがもし角度ついちゃったらちょっとどうなるか怪しいけど、でも
力変えてもこれか。
俺はこっちの方がいいと思う。これ取ってもさ
これでいいと思うよ。
点に絡まない。
点には絡まない。
意味ないくなっちゃうから、それだったらここで一発2つ抜かれないようにした方がいいと思うんでね。
これかわしてこれ触って。
正直こっち当たっちゃってこうなっちゃってもそんなに悪くないんだ。
それは悪くないだろうね。私これ最悪ここでもそんなに悪いショットじゃない多分まだ。
こんぐらい？かもうこんぐらいだね。
曲がりすぎちゃうかな。
Well, here's the result. It was a single point after the measure, so Korea gets one. They're all tied 2-2. USA will have the hammer. That's after 4 ends of play. Japan, like Korea, qualifying out of the Pacific Asia region. See, it is Japan lying 2. They talk about a guard, a lot of worries the way those angles are lined up. Definitely favor Norway.
T-line back full. T-line. Yes. Shot and high. Yes. 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 Yes.
Bringing another one in. That seems to be their default is when in doubt bring another in, but
yeah, I think they were playing this to tap the redstone top 4, just to kind of change the angles a bit. So he's coming up a bit shy there, Shimizu. But the line 3.
Sånn som den ligger nå, så sitter den her. Men jeg vet ikke om tror ikke vi får så mye drag på den. Hvis vi ligner litt på utsiden her, vi ser ja, den og shooteren kommer til å ligne midt opp hverandre, og det er nesten bedre å gjøre sånn.
Ja, jeg tror det.
Men hvis den blir liggende her, så blokker vi da dragningen vår på neste med shooteren. Ikke at det kanskje har så alt for mye å si. Nei. Hvis vi bare chapper den, så er vi ganske nære. Spørs om vi skal gjøre det i det hele tatt da. Man må bare gjøre noe sånn, liksom, noe helt annet. Ja. Den gule går under da, hvis vi tapper den sekseren. Altså toeren går under hvis vi tapper sekseren. Så da ødelegger vi jo det. Man må bare spille mykere, bare sånn 13, så at den med vilje blir sittende her. Jeg vet ikke helt hva det hjelper, men...
Jeg tror fortsatt må opp med farta, for altså...
Skal bare spille litt opp på farta, chap, prøve å få ut så mange av de røde som mulig.
They discuss, we'll take a look and see what's the situation. Italy and Canada in the 4th end.
Canada lying 1, so they'll be scoring. The question is, can they score 2 here? Kevin Cooey playing the draw, came up a little heavy to give up a steal. In the previous end, looking to make amends. Big sweep early from to Saskatchewan.
Province just to the east of Alberta, where we are here for this World Championship.
Go, Benny, hard!
Quite a lot of Alberta beef on the brushes here, but it's not enough. And it's just a 1.
Yes, uncharacteristic misses from Kevin Cooey in this game so far. They trail 3-2.
Seems to be a little dodgy on draws maybe so far, first 2 days. Not sure how he was doing in the Korea game.
Didn't have much. He got up early and played a different situation as we see here. Magnus Ramsfell, his first was trying to play that angle and gets all 3 of the Reds moving, but it jams.
I think he knew that was jamming all day. We're just hoping for it to work out slightly better. Japan's pretty happy to see the forfeit and everything just open up, but now a chance for them to play a hit back and potentially lie 3.
89% on the tournament for Yuta Matsumura. Great start for 29-year-old Skip. Well, make the hit. Will lose their back one, but leaves their stone in front. Still shot stone, side of the 8-foot for Japan.
Vi shot, så vi kan godt spille den. Så man drar firefoten, han må vel fort dra firefoten her uansett, hvis vi setter den perfekt.
Ja.
Setter den perfekt her, så han kommer til den. Det køler jo dritmye.
Jeg tror du tar den, da.
Spørs om han vil. Ja, han har vel lyst til å force eller stjele, da.
Ja, sant da.
Han får jo fort døgning på knappen her uansett, han.
Tight game, do you play the hit?
Chapper den, så
Play the hit, you get the force.
han får aldri to hvis vi slår den.
Probably not stealing.
Jeg er med på den.
Play the draw. Could steal, but it's pretty long guard, slightly off the center line as well. So
ganske bra. Den siste hang skikkelig lenge før den kom godt rundt hogg.
Biting the forfeit, and you'll still leave the button open for the draw.
De shot, så hvis vi drar bak guard,
If you put it full forfeit,
så får det en eller to.
just buried, Japan can probably chase it. Score 2.
Rulle bak deres,
It's probably the safer play.
Hack der ute.
Of course, you can always
Sikkert ikke blitt så mye glatt når jeg spilte i sted.
hope for an unforced error.
Well, Rams fell 71%. This is just game number 2 for him on the event. 12 game round robin. Top 6 make the playoffs. Quiet Weight able to make that delicate hit and stick. Will lie 1-2.
Ikke noe mye. Litt ivrig på kostingen her, bare. Ikke noe mye opp. Nei, litt bare. Visste at det kom til å komme godt på slutten her.
So Japan, knowing the scoreboard, broom goes down. We're going to draw, take our 1, and go up 6-1 after 4 ends. Keep an eye, we've seen about 14 and a half. Pretty close for this. Hog to hog time. Pretty close. Tanita Shimizu just guiding this one right to the Pioneer logo for Japan to get their single point. They extend their lead back to 5 points. It's 6-1 after 4.
Ja. Vi setter jo mer med steinen nå. Ja, det blir. Så det blir bedre. Pass på at man alltid er stram og god i slippet. Det blir bra.
feature game on sheet D. Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship 2019. 6-1 in that 5 in the second, and the difference in the game right now. Japan dictating the way this one's been played, forced to take their one after a nice pair by Ramsfell. See Japan continue to just pile it on, put those stones in the house.
Litt tight. Litt tight.
1,5, 2. Gå.
Bare fart.
1,5. Linja bra.
Bare fart.
1,5.
Ja. Gå på
Well,
fart.
for Norway, important placement of these corner guards.
Wow, la han sitte ut. La han sitte ut. Greit her. Da drar rundt den på neste.
Kag flytta den.
Ends up a bit long, but they might double up here anyway, so
Det var lite speed på den.
they'll just come around that corner, a little tighter to the rings.
So 2 in,
Mark
again,
in, Boiter.
stagger those, so it's not the exact lineup of stones for Japan they want in the house.
Linja er bra.
Can definitely score a 3
Litt vid.
4-5.
in that kind of formation.
Wow, wow, ikke inn.
Remember, is there not a Briar final?
Det er bra nå.
I
Nesten
feel we've
klar.
talked about this almost every World Championship comes up at some point.
Yeah.
2004 Briar final, Mark Dacey, Randy Furby.
Akkurat Boiter er greit.
Canadian Championship where they stagger those stones.
Ærlig? Nei.
Came back to haunt them. And actually 2 ends ago, Norway had a chance to come around a very similar setup on Ramsfjell's first stone, but he crashed on them. Couldn't take advantage. So those lead stones are still quite important for Japan, even though they're 5 up.
Masumasa, Tanita, trying to go around those themselves, just being the forefoot. As that settles into the forefoot, we see what's in the forefoot, and Netherlands facing against Scotland.
Close, yeah. Third's close.
A little bit of trouble for Bruce Mount. Looks like he's trying to come off a wide stone here. Essentially a double.
And Bruce really came onto the scene last year at the World Championship.
Was trying to see if he could push that third yellow as well to score more than the single, but that's still a pretty good effort to just get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, facing 3 to play that shot and come up get a single point, so 2-1 Scotland leading. You said it earlier, 13 good teams. There's no free spaces out there that sometimes there may have been teams just getting to the Worlds for the first time. Netherlands been here a few years now. They know the setup, they know the environment. Tap, try and use the corner guard here for Norway. Still wide open. Well, Tanita will try and go after that one. Try and make the little roll back to the center.
Ja. Yes. Yep. Yes. Hi. Yes. Yes.
Oh, look at this one just warp over. And they just narrowly avoid the jam of that one on the button.
10.5
10.5. Best hadde vært å dra her, da. Men det er ikke lett luke gjennom her. Tror du kan prøve. Sånn er greit. Ja, enig.
Well, switching to the draw game, I like this to try and set things up. Playing the quiet weight, keep some stones around.
Litt tight. Hvor? Der igjennom. 9, 1, 10, gjennom. 9, 1, jepp. Jepp, gjennom. Jepp. Hardt. Hardt. Kjør. Okay.
Push that one back, 12 foot. Something as a bit of a catcher in the back part of the rings.
1, 2. お前切るのは8回？ああ。一番トップ。ああ。一番上切るのは？ああ。
Identifying the problem rock here. You know, if they make a hit on that yellow top 12 or play a draw, and Norway's always going to try and come in behind cover. Take off the long guard here. It's only that yellow-red combination to get in behind. You can always run that red stone back for Japan. So close to the rings. And Norway's going to try and utilize that rock to push back. And you know, if they come T-line in behind the guards here, run back will be easy for Japan. So try and come deep. Just freeze it on to the back red. That way you get some distance, but also a back guard. Swiss helmet call.
The old back guard. They get around the front first. And Won't will tap that one, roll into the top of the rings. Looks like 1-2 still for Japan.
半分。こっち当たった後は大丈夫。こっち当たった後は大丈夫、シューター。こっちは大丈夫だよ。こっちの方が下にいる。
Well, asking Shimizu make this double, get rid of both those yellows in the top of the house. Well, makes them go away. As kills that red one in the process. Opens up that stone back 12 foot. Watch these ones pinball. They almost chase each other out the rings at the back. Red and yellow narrowly connect again.
Litt tight. Snare. Tight. Yep. Hold linja. Yep.
From Norway, this frustrating to try and when you're not able to get anything set up.
Of course, especially if try anything you try to do, Japan is just demolishing anything in their way. But again, Norway's not really placing the stones in the right spots. This is a decent attempt, but fully open freeze. Pretty hard to make perfect. Do have that guard helping them a little bit, forcing Japan to play on the left-hand side of the rock. Still expect this one to fly. It's extra frustrating if you're making really good shots and you're not getting anything, but you're not making the shots, then, well, yes, it's frustrating, but kind of have to blame yourself.
Three. Yes. Whoa. 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 Yes. 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 Yes.
Well, trying to make this one get out of the rings. And it does just that. So just one stone in the house, right on the button.
Ikke så mye på Mikaelsen her. Han hadde jo is her, men jeg tror han satte den her omtrent.
Okay.
Holdt den rett ganske lenge, der med godt slipp.
A blank here, no worries for Japan if that's the case.
Får prøve å ta to, da.
Ja, det er ikke mulig å splitte inn. Eller blir det bare lett over?
Mulig, men jeg tror det der er lettere for å få to.
Ja. Nei, jeg spør bare, altså. Ja.
Does Norway ever look at, depending on what happens, that Yellowstone tight to the rings?
Litt tregere, synes jeg, men ikke sånn kjempemye. Det koster noe.
Linja er bra.
Litt ned. Bare fart.
6.
Linja
Linja
er
er bra. 6.
Farta.
Hold den i gang.
Og
Litt tight.
Litt ned.
6-7.
Linje.
Linja er bra.
Farta.
6-7. Linja er nydelig.
7-8.
Linja er nydelig.
8-9.
Skittplass. Vær med.
Ja, kjør.
Nei, wow, holder.
Trying to set up their two. They go around back of the 12-foot.
Bra, Magnus.
So time to follow it down for Matsumura.
ワンどこにあるんだっけ？
ワンはね、本当にティーのちょっと上ぐらい。
抵抗まで大丈夫。
外行こうか、滑り
いや、そんな変わんないよ。
So they've seen this path just thrown by Norway.
Nice good. Nice good. Yes,
Almost immediately out of hand. Tanita Shimizu on it.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Trying to get into Lai, second shot, but they will come up short. Good come around by Ramsfeld, set up a chance at a skips deuce now.
Finally a break for Norway. Matsumura have been pretty spot on with the draw so far. Just need to make this nose hit.
Well, it doesn't get you all the way back, but it gets you closer at the halfway point of this one. Got to make the hit and stick to finish off this fifth end.
Litt opp. Litt opp.
And sits in the 4-foot, no problem for Norway. They will pick up their deuce. We'll head to the fifth end break. It is 6-3, Japan leads over Norway.
Det har vært passe godt å nå bare kølle litt til. Ja.
Second end, and Yuta Matsumura. Chance here after the freeze by Ramsfeld. Doesn't quite get on the corner. Has the tap, hold the shooter, possibly for 6. And this one will come down. Gets it to spin far enough, can't hold the shooter, but it's still for a handful and gets 5 in the second end. to get anything going coming back in the third end. Magnus Ramsfell has to draw facing 3 to take a single point. And the Norwegian skip, no problem, right to the button. Gets on the board with a single in the third. And after not really being able to set it up, Norway does a good job. Forced position. Matsumura has the draw to the forefoot. Get a single point and extend their lead. And they sit 6-3. You see we're on sheet D at the bottom of your screen. Japan leads Norway, while the other games, Scotland up 2-1 over Netherlands. They play in the fifth, while 2-2 USA Korea. 3-2 Italy leads Canada.
Strong 5, eh? Yeah. 5 more to go. Let's be strong. All right? Good job. Good sweep, guys. Good throwing. Good 5. One more, eh? Keep it going.
Ja, sant det. Her motivasjon. Så hvis dere 4 opp etter 7 gutta, så det bare å takke for kampen. Jeg tror du hadde rett I det at han blir det. Outeren til skippen.
Well, here's the numbers through 5 ends, and the score dictates a big lead, 6-3 for Japan. Overall percentage, 89 to 76 for the Japanese. Well, draws as well, 88 to 76. And look at the hit numbers, 92% for Japan to 75% of Norway. No stolen points, but that big 5 has Japan out to a 6-3 lead halfway through our game. Well, the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship. We are in the 5th end break, our feature game, all 4 sheets in action. Lots of excitement here today and throughout the rest of the week. 12 game round robin for all the teams here. World Men's Curling Championship. Past champions, Olympic champions, and we have 2 rookie skips in our feature game. Yuta Matsumura has been to a Worlds but had never skipped before. Well, Magnus Ramsfell, a junior eligible player, finished 4th at the World Juniors. Won the World University Games. And now here with that same team that played the World Junior Championship. Trails 6-3 in our feature matchup. And Japan will have the hammer as we start out the second half of this one. As he did in the first end, Andres Horstad. 82% for the tournament, 78% in the game. We'll get it started.
Aldri da. Kan aldri være inn.
Han inn, altså.
Sitt. Nei.
Well, it's the classic 6th end trap. Ice technicians will come out on the ice and mop the sheet. Sometimes makes it just a little bit quicker, and actually put a little bit extra pebble around the hack, which might at least might fool some players to maybe kick out the hack just a bit quicker without realizing it.
Saw the numbers for Abe, 95%, and not wasting any time to play that hit, that one in the rings.
That's a huge mistake coming into the rings, not taking advantage of the free guard zone. It is the front end for Norway, just being really outplayed by the Japanese front end by quite some bit. So they're going to have to lift their game. It's not the most ideal start to the second half here. Slipping into the rings.
Well, we'll check in Scotland and the Netherlands. Look at that mess of stones all around the forefoot.
Not sure what to make of this, Luke.
Trying to run this angle raise in.
I see Scotland lying one. Just trying to get to red, yellow, yellow, red, red, yellow.
Didn't get the first one. So a steal and a 3-1 lead as they enter their fifth end. Well, Italy leading Canada 3-2 in the fifth.
A bit more straightforward here for Italy, running the red stone back onto red, onto yellow. Very good at these type of shots at the European Championships in this season. Made them time and time again. He was maybe hoping, maybe try and sit for two, but pretty good to score the single.
So 4-2 Italy leads Canada into the fifth end break. Right next to us on sheet C.
7-8. Sakke nå. 6, 7, 7. Rundt. Mikael, ja. Ja. Kom igjen. Okay, greit.
Well, late decision. They were trying to play to shot stone. Comes around it. Yasumasa Tanita, 85%. Even par with his tournament average. Take off that front guard. Well, tough for Norway. They're guarding up those stones on the center line, but it's not really a setup that they want. They have their stone back 8 foot. The other two are in front of the tee line.
Linje bra. Bare fart. 2-3. Skal 2. Bare 2. 2-3. Bare 2. Linje bra. 2. Bare fart. Bare 2. 2. Bare ren. Bare ren. Ligger bra. 2,5. Bare ren. 3. Jørgen. Herlig.
Well, Sander, pretty simple tactic now for Japan.
Yeah, just hit anything yellow in your way. Being the sixth end, they'd be quite happy to just even score a single. Just control that scoreboard. Control the even ends. There's more even ends than odd ends left, so they could score in the even ends. They get to score 3 times. Norway only twice. With a 3-point lead, that should probably do it.
Here, we'll just see it again. Rip that one out.
Bare fart. 2. Linje bra.
Norway will have to, most likely have to try and steal a couple of ends.
Jørgen, kom igjen, mot i senter. Mot i senter. Kom igjen, litt til. Bra den. Bra. Herlig. Bra, Costa.
They get the guards out in front, trying to just clear everything off the center line if they can for Japan. Look at the game for Shimizu, 93%. Again, clearing the front.
Begynner å gjøre nivået.
Bak den!
Mellomsetter, 80% on the game. On his tournament numbers at 75. Pulled the hair back after giving up the 5, almost like the rally cap. Trying to change up their luck.
Linja nydelig. No bounce, linja nydelig.
Trying to freeze that one on the stone, on the button. USA, Korea, 2-2. Looks like US lying 1.
And just drawing for the 2 here, open house. A skip's dream. If you can just draw the 12 at every end.
Yep.
You're doing pretty well, or at least your team is doing a pretty good job for you.
Doesn't look like you can hurt it. Okay, let's keep your brooms down.
Don't like this, especially when they can just guide this one in. Not a lot of stress on the sweepers as well. Landsteiner and Hamilton. USA gets their 2. They're at 4-2, looking for win number 1.
I don't usually get that much handle on my endurance.
4 ends remaining there. USA scoring a couple deuces. A lot looser than their game where they lost to Netherlands yesterday.
Ja, vant så går den helt fint, tenker jeg. Hack, så får vi bra rull og nok action utover, tror jeg. Tror jeg liker hack.
Well, considering their run at the Olympics, you'd think they will still have quite a bit of confidence even if they drop a couple of games early. Always have that in the back of their mind. That
well, they had to win 5 straight to win that gold medal.
Chap er egentlig også OK, sånn marginmessig. Fart.
Norway here, how do they go about it? Everything in the rings.
Try and get to the inside of the thread here with hack weight to try and just split them back. Create a little bit of a nest.
83% for Ramsfeld. 73%. A game that's 6-3 with a big 5 in the second end. Just narrowly missed the freeze. Just get by, a little tap. As you said, Sander, nice little pocket setting up.
Just lost a shooter a bit there. Wanted to stay in the top 4.
We got to listen in a little conversation with their coach Bob Ursel in the 5th end break, and that was a lot of positive reinforcement. They're playing well and throwing it well. Good sweeping. Good job just reinforcing what they're doing. Just stay focused. Another 5 ends. Not to let the focus drop out. May have happened in their game earlier. They scored 3, they gave up 3. Natsumura continuing the mid-80 performance. Coach Bob Ursel charting it in behind. Great Canadian curler himself. Working with the Korean side at the Olympics, for the Olympics last couple of years, and now with Japan. Look at that, look at how much it does curl, hog line in.
Garantert force der da. Der blir vi liggende dårligere enn den. Og jeg tviler på at vi får dyttet begge de noe særlig. De får fort bare en plukk på 2 eller 3 der, hvis vi gjør det. Så jeg vet ikke om det er bare her for å spille for å dytte den inn. Men den kommer til å ligge helt alene der.
Ja.
Så hvis vi fjerner de, så får han fortsatt bare en plukk for en som er kjempelett.
Ja.
Så vi oppnår det samme med å bare dra her. Tror aldri han på 2 da. Eller ved å tappe da, så klart. Samme fart, liksom.
Ja, tapp, ja. Tror du går for den, da?
Ja, spørs om han får spunten noe liksom av vår. Da, så det er veldig fint hvis vi får den dårligere enn den.
Okay, ja.
Spille samme fart, sette den mye bedre. Så har jeg mer tro på den. Litt mer is bare. Hack.
Well, Sander, what's the game plan now?
Just trying to find a way to not give up more than the single. Tapping the top red here, trying to sit right on top, leave Japan sitting 1 and little room to score the deuce. Really hoping to be able to steal in this end. That doesn't look very likely at this time.
It's so good. Yep.
Maybe a little tight.
Right out of hand.
So good. Yep. Whoa. Yep. 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 Yep.
Really good brushing to keep the line here. That's exactly what they're looking to do. Now, is there a chance to score 2 here for Japan? Maybe play the run back.
Might be the only one, but is it worth playing?
A bit of risk, of course.
They might throw this one away. A 6-3 lead. I kind of want to see them throw it to see if they can run that red back.
There's a little bit of room for error on it.
They play the tap on it.
Well, quite happy to just score their single here. Look at the scoreboard. Makes a lot of sense. You keep scoring your singles, you can afford to give up a couple of deuces.
Well, there was some reward if you played the risk, but at this point they didn't need to take the chance. They'll take their 1 and lead. 7-3 now after 6 ends of play. Japan leading Norway here in session 4 in the NMAX Center.
Kjør på, få en bra omgang nå. Sett et par bra dragninger. Jeg tror det er litt roligere ut på siden, men midten er fortsatt like godt. Ut mot siden. Eller liksom bare ut fra linja. Jeg tror det blir godt rett og slett.
Welcome back to Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada, the NMAX Center, the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship 2019. Lukola here with Sander Rolvag. A 7-3 Japanese lead. 4 ends remaining. Norway's done their job since giving up that 5 without the hammer, but they haven't been able to score multiple points.
No, and I think Japan's done their job pretty well too. They don't really need to score any multiple ends anymore. Just control the scoreboard, score their singles, try not to give up more than 2, and they won the game.
Well, Norway wants to do what they did in the 5th inning, get a deuce back. Cut into that 4-point deficit.
Without stealing here, Norway needs to score a 3 force, score a 3 and force for the extra.
Kommer nå. Kommer nå. Linje bra.
It's possible.
Veldig mye. Skal bare
Probably have to go pretty hard for steal as well.
Kanskje på 3.
And another mistake here, I think, from Porstan. This is just unforgivable, really. Putting the guards into the house, chasing a game with good ice conditions that we're seeing. Put that anywhere between the hog line and the house is a million times better than coming into the rings.
Shinyabe, chance to play this hit. A little roll into the center of the rings. We'll look at all the other games over to the other side. First, Sheet A, Scotland leading Netherlands 3-1 in the 6th end.
Looks like a draw for 1 for Wouter Huskins. Seems like every time I look over, it's this guy drawing the button for the single. And he's usually pretty on the money, so he's a good guy to keep you in the game. Well, again, no panic brushing here.
Calm, cool, collected, that's what you need, and if you can't draw, you can't skip. And he puts it in the 4-foot, gets the single point. 3-2 Scotland leading Netherlands. Italy, Canada. Italy leading 4-2, playing 6.
Q with a chance to tie up the game here.
Well, a warmer building, you rarely see Kevin Cooey without his jacket.
Yeah, it is quite, I was going to say toasty in here, but maybe not quite. It's nice for the people coming in for the games, of course. Ebert, Flash probably sweating quite a bit, but not having to work too hard to score their 2 here.
So they're all tied up 4-4 after 6.
A little quicker inside there, eh? I think.
I know cameraman like it. It's a little bit warmer down there, not layering up. Say you do in some facilities. Good ice surface though for the curlers here at this World Championship. Jørgen Miren trying to move those stones around. Japan lies 3 early on. Tap it on the nose. Again, not as worried about removing stones, just moving them around. Well, Matsumura knows that's where the damage can be done. Go up, let's rip the front. Again, just rip the corner guard. Norway trying to generate their 2. Sandra said it earlier, need to try and get 3s if they're not able to steal it all.
Bare fart. 2-3. 2. Linja er bra, 2 er bra. Litt tight. Hold den i gang, Andreas. 2. Hold den i gang, Andreas. Hold den i gang. 1,5, 2. Hold den i gang. 2. Ok, bare ren. Kommer til å køle over ganske mye. Ren. Riktig. Bra spilt, Jørgen.
The guard out in front, over curls, leaves that shot stone open.
先行なんでね。先行。あの位置は別に置いといてもいい気がする。ワンのテイクは微妙。
前1個でも悪くないと思うよ。がこっち。
てかあれピールになっちゃっても別に良さそう。前になってもいいよね。前に当たってもいいよね。何度？11。後ろは当てたくない。
Shimizu try and make that hit and roll. Oh, right away they get on it. Got to avoid the jam in the back. Got to get by the guard first. And the guard comes into play, crash on it. USA, Korea, both teams seeking win number 1. US has that one right on the button.
Well, it seems like every time we look over and see Kim So-hyuk, he's playing an in-off or an angled run.
That's his 4th World Championship appearance. That brings a rookie team.
Playing a pretty soft weight here. Try and hold the rock being raised. This is a fantastic attempt. Just didn't have enough weight on it to move the red far enough.
Wow, he almost made that for 2. Very impressed with the shot making, even though he was just off, but to throw that quiet weight and not try and overthrow it. But it's a long way back when you're trying to score multiple points. The first guard goes into the house, that one goes through. And here's all the scores. Scotland leads Netherlands 3-2 in the 7th end. USA, you just saw go up 5-2 in 8 against Korea. Italy, Canada all tied up at 4. And we are 7-3 playing the 7th end here on our feature game. Well, another crack at this one, but they'll barely be able to remove it from play. It does get out. Leaves just those 2 Japanese stones in the rings. The 1 corner guard. It's 3rd shot, but still one that you probably want to kill.
Just to hit anything yellow, you're not giving up many points.
Well, they'll blast that one out. Still remain Japan. Line 2, just playing defense. As Norway tries to generate any sort of offense and haven't been able to in the 7th end.
Topp 4, topp 8. Vi må bare full 8. Eller vi må være i hvert fall 2, da. Da må vi mer enn halv på 8.
Ja.
Retningen er egentlig fint og glatt.
Ja, hva var det i sporet?
Var nesten ned til gjennom, så det virker fint og glatt der.
Ja, fint i sporet. Skal være ganske nære.
Linja er bra.
5-6. Litt tight.
Køler nå, pass på linja.
Jepp.
Jepp.
Kom bort. Hard linje.
Real big scrum. Got to keep this one going, get it in. But it will crash on the front. Ramsfeld needed that one, unable to get around the corner guard.
Jeg trodde det skulle være mye lenger enn meg.
Den som bor gjennom min var 75, jeg var 90, så. Hva?
So where does Japan go with this now?
Well, probably just top 12. Try and choke off the draw. Come in top 4 here. It's just a nose hit for Norway. You're a tight guard. Makes it a little tougher. Starting to curl though. Don't leave too much of a gap. Just does slip a bit deep as well, but I wonder if they might have been better off sweeping that one a little bit to get it more buried. Since it was deep anyway.
So play the hit, play the draw, and it looks like the quiet takeout be the selection.
Yeah, draw becomes pretty hard for the amount of curl. So it's more like a heavy draw, hack weight.
So facing 3, Magnus Ramsfeld, Norwegian skip, trying to hit and stick to get the 1. And just a light clean now, looks good to get their single point, as it is right on the nose. Norway gets 1, but still a long way back. They trail by 3 now. 7-4, Japan with the advantage, heading to the 8th end.
En eller tre.
Har fart.
2,5 da. Den er ganske tight.
Burde kanskje ta treeren.
3. Bestem nok. 1 eller 3. 3.
The video board high above the 4 sheets of ice.
Forsiktig, forsiktig.
Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship 2019. Of course, the regular home of the Lethbridge Hurricanes, the Junior Hockey League. As they are in their playoff season, actually played a game in Lethbridge last night. As they are out of this venue with the curling ice taking over. Did pick up a 4-1 win against their rival Calgary Hitmen squad.
10かな。超えるかな。
ラインは悪くないよ。止まるとこだ、止まるとこ。止まるとこ。
We played the 8th end, high center. So we'll compare the positions. Advantage, Chinyabe, 96 to 70%.
3.
Center, that's a big difference at the lead spot.
Yeah, normally you don't see that big of a difference. Of course, Abe playing a really good game. 96% is quite a bit higher than the average, but 70% is also quite a bit lower than the average for a lead.
Helst Mikael I starten. Gå litt.
Probably want your lead to be hitting that 90% mark,
Mikael hvis du kan.
at least the high 80s.
Yep.
It's been a couple of big mistakes, especially guards slipping into the rings and so forth for Andreas Horstad. It's a better setup this time.
So those guards, a couple of guards protecting those 2 yellow Canadian stones in the forefoot. Italy, Canada on sheet C.
Just looks like a nose hit here for Tornas. Can't make any mistakes against Canada. This looks good again.
So Italy gets their 1-5-4. They leave after 7 ends. Back and forth game. Canada love the hammer in 8. Keep a close eye on that one. And a good pair for Abe. Right around.
Kommer det fint hit. Bounce litt av, eventuelt bare fryse den øverste.
Okay.
Bare topp 4. Litt tight.
7, 8,
Well, Horstad makes his 2 shots now. Merritt now needs to come and play in the rings.
Kom igjen! Kom igjen, kom igjen, kom igjen! Litt til.
Gotta sneak by the front and just touches it.
Jeg føler det den som køler mer. Jeg tror ikke det 3 som køler mindre.
Just by the smallest of margins.
Selv om man hard på de, så køler de mye mer enn alle de andre der.
Ja, ここ1個いったら。先1個いったら強いから。
できるようになったらいいけど。もう多分今打たなかったらずっとやることになる。もうその中でずっとやり続ける。
Look here, the big sweep. Melem said it. Horstad trying to hold this one for their second. Just can't sneak it by. Just so small of a fraction touching that one. Still actually curling got a good chunk of that one on the button. Comparison, again, big advantage. Yasumasa Tanita over Jorgen Miren. It's 20% difference. Well, that's a lot of red granite there in the forefoot.
Okay. Dead nose. Bli sittende midt oppå den. Den går ut her til å fryses på senere.
God fart der.
Looking to make a tap on that redstone in the pocket. Have that redstone on the Pioneer button. Just slip to the back of the tee line. So we can potentially freeze onto that later. Also just keep the shooter frozen.
Bra fart! Bra fart! Hold i gang! Akkurat gjennom! Hold i gang! Akkurat gjennom! Ren! Sakke litt! Hold i gang! Sakke litt! Hold i gang! Akkurat gjennom! Bra, Egen! Herlig! Bra der!
Good looking shot.
Well, knowing that it's in a position, have to go and rip the front of all 4 sheets here in the 8th end. Late stages of session 4. A full slate of games for you this evening as well, session 5. And all the way through till the end of round robin Friday night.
Yes! Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Don't get the lower one, they'll get the top stone.
Det beste hadde vært å komme på nesa på den. Tror det er veldig vanskelig. Ja. Blir liggende her. Samme fart som Jørgen. Bak 12.
So a 7-4 game, Norway they need to steal.
Ren. Litt hardere enn Jørgen. Litt hakk. Hardere enn Jørgen. Ren. Hakk. Hakk. Myk hakk. Hakk. Myk hakk. Hakk. Kom igjen, kom igjen, kom igjen, kom igjen. Litt til. Bra. Bra der.
Good angles with those yellows all out in front in the 4-foot. Well, Shimizu, the veteran of this Japanese team. That's just the simple single peel. Well, the young ones here get to enjoy the atmosphere, the crowd, cheer on all the teams around the world. I think that baby's first word will be hack. Or hurry.
Very hard.
Helst Andreas litt. Yep. Andreas, hard! Hard! Hold linja. Hard! Hard, litt til.
Look at the work.
Litt til, ja.
Again, force that.
Ren.
Just
bare ren, så lenge den er over. Bare over. Okay.
Solid sweeper. It just goes hard early, and nothing they could really do with that one to get it any further. They was over curling anyway. But he's just put his head down and go how many times throughout this game.
Yeah, he's missed some shots, but trying to make up for it by sweeping a lot. That's a big part of it. You can miss a couple of shots in the game, but if you make the shots for your teammates all the way throughout, you can make up for it.
Well, look at the numbers again. Advantage to Japan and Shimizu. 84 to 73. That'll help the numbers peeling that top one. And Norway will call a timeout.
Hvis de har lyst til å slå dette her, så har de vel lyst til å få ut disse to, da. Det kan du ikke så lenge de ligger der. Hvis vi gjør noe med den, så kan de plutselig slå, for da går den over. Da har vi shooteren der ute, den går, shooteren går. Ja, da dobler de med den shooteren går der, da, hvis vi går på den. Så vi kan ikke slå utsiden av den, da.
Nei.
Hvis vi hadde klart å tappe den hit, så hadde det blitt ganske bra. Hvis de setter den inn der, så ligger det ganske åpent på den siden her på neste. Ja. Men hvis vi tapper den hit, så ligger jo shooteren der, så da kan den jo ikke ta den inn der lenger. Tappe den her.
Hvis du ødelegger den nok, liksom. Hvis du tapper og så ødelegger den nok, da ligger det jo dritbra.
Sklia her litt, så ligger det her. Da ligger det ganske bra.
Få kanskje vinkelen hit også.
Ja, da skal vi treffe den ganske tjukt, altså. Ja. Eller den ganske tjukt.
Da kjenner den der til sprett, og så vil du ha den der. Det er oss på benken sier at oss må sannsynligvis tappe inn nå.
Vi bare trengte litt tid på å se på vinkelen her, egentlig. Så vi går på den her. Den liggende her oppe.
Ja.
Han kan ikke spille noe dobbel av den, han kan heller ikke spille noe dobbel av vår her, for da sitter jo den i den.
Det er ikke bare å
ta den hit, tappe den kanskje via den, og så ruller du hit, og kanskje
ødelegger den. Så bare tapper den hit. Sånn at vi kan få den under der på neste hvis vi må. Men den ligger toer her. Hva kan han gjøre da?
Hvis du tar den i midten, så bare ligger den midt framom.
Så vi tapper den rett fram her.
Ja.
Det har vært det beste, tror jeg.
Ja, hvis vi går litt via den og så hit, så bytter den litt utover.
Og så ligger du framom.
Ja. Det er mye marginer på begge sidene.
Ja, men den ser ikke så fin.
Ja, hvis vi får tappet den litt, sånn at shooteren jammer i den her ute. Tror jeg liker det. Tappe den så vidt via den og inn hit.
Ja.
Hvis han smasher den, og så sitter den enten i den eller i den, så får vi en dobbel eller en guard på siste. Ja, med på det.
So Sander just figuring out which angle, where they want to tap, which one they tap up.
Margin.
You see the bench in behind.
Margin.
Stefan Wallstad watching on the alternate.
Yeah, they might bring him on to play a few games, actually. That's the plan. Just going to see how the foursome fares. He struggled to pick up any wins early. I think they're going to bring him in. And it might be helpful because even if you don't understand Norwegian, it might be clear that the skip of this Norwegian team, Magnus Ramsfjell, is doing most of the talking. There's not a lot of input from the other guys. So maybe a Stefan Wallstad to be out there discussing and offering some options with his experience might be helpful. As for this team, it's a bit of a one-man show.
It's a long week if it's all on one. Not all on one, but most of the input coming from...
Yeah, because well, one person can't be right all the time. And it's nice to have a couple of opinions out there, not only for tactics, but just for taking ice and ice reading, weight, so on. Guys obviously pitch in, but it is the skip's voice coming through quite a lot on this team.
Just taps that one up right into the button. Comparison of the skips, the fourth stones, Matsumura, 11% edge.
Gets a nice applause from the home crowd.
How do you get that out? That's a well-protected stone in the forefoot. Throw this one overhand, try and spill a couple out.
I wonder if they're just trying to nose the rock underneath the broom there from underneath Abba's broom. Not sure if you can kill both the yellows, but you try and push everything back at the tee line just to open up your scoring area.
Hey! Whoa! 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 One second! Whoa!
I think he does pretty much exactly what they could there.
Take a look, USA and Korea, and another run back here for Korea, this time facing 3.
Tough one. to be able to score here. Need to make the double and also stick the guard for shot stone.
Watch.
He gets a couple, but leaves a red.
So it is a steal of 1. The U.S. extends their lead now 6-2 over Korea as they're through 8 ends.
Ja, nei, marginen på der heller, egentlig.
Begge to er egentlig bra.
Ja.
Så lenge vi ikke ligger her. De mister vel den, så da får de jo...
Magnus! Ja, jeg liker den da.
We'll take a look, Italy and Canada. Over on sheet C, 5-4 Italy leads.
Dra knappen. Ja. Ligg og slå det.
Kevin Kui, opportunity, just the out-turn draw. 8 foot to get a second point. Take the lead in this game.
Arm down all day, guys. Doesn't look heavy.
It's not heavy. Perfect.
Button, boys.
Well, a couple of missed draws in this game by Team Canada. No problem there for Kevin Kui, right to the button. They get 2, 6-5. Canada leading Italy after 8.
Linja er bra. 7-8. Litt plass. Linja er bra. 8-9. Litt tight. 8. Nei. 8. Nei. 8. Så ikke noe. 7. 10 av dem. 7-8. Gå videre. Ja.
And they get a little rub off it, and they'll slide into the 4-foot. But is there a double now?
Han får en, han får den ikke. Takk, sånn er så greit. Handen, choi!
I'll try and make the double takeout, spill them out, and look at that. They get it for 2, possibly 3. Move that one. It's 2 for sure.
Might be lights out anyway.
9-4 if it's 2, 10-4 if it's 3.
I think it's close side.
Measure?
Yeah, measure.
Measure for 3.
Well, they take a look, and saw Ramsfeld taking a look. Normally, it's the vice skip that's in there determining that look there. Definitely looks like it is. To me, it looks like red. Well, here's a look at the shot, though, by Japan and Matsumura. Right over the top, catches that one on the side. It's been a big game. Tanida and Shimizu on the brushes.
What are you thinking? Red or yellow?
You know, I thought red.
I thought so too, but I'll be patriotic and say
There you go.
yellow.
To get the officials out there, they'll do the measure.
Yellow. 2.
So it is yellow. It is only the 2. So Sandra, you're right. It's the deuce. And a 9-4 game. Japan leads in full control against Norway after 8.
Litt tight på tiden for den på slutten. Eventuelt at de rusher litt nå.
Well, the game never got off to the right foot right after the start. At 5 in the second end by Japan, and Norway has never been able to creep much closer in this game. 9-4 the score, 5-point difference. Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship, our live coverage here, Japan and Norway. Japan trying to win their 3rd game. They will have tonight off, play Netherlands tomorrow morning. Trying to set themselves up. Of course, 6 teams will make the playoffs at the World Championship. But you get a few wins early, you get some momentum going. Good things work out in Japan. It definitely looks like a confident group out on the ice. Mistake early. I was intending to be in the rings for Shinyabe.
First really straightforward mistake by Abe. Hasn't put every stone in the perfect spot, but that is quite far off here. Norway actually will guard this stone because Japan will be allowed to remove their own red guard, even if it's in the free guard zone. This one coming up heavy from Horstad. He's struggled today, and Japan will field their own red.
Leads don't get too many of these. Normally it is after a mistake. They're trying to get this one off the front, get rid of the guard of their own.
Han var 3 som ikke har touchet, eller? Ja.
Bare fart.
1,5. Gå da.
Ja, da må han høy i så fall.
1.
Ja, gå da. Kom igjen, ta inn nå. Hardt.
Nei, det er 1,5.
Hardt. Kom igjen.
Nei, 1.
Kom igjen. Litt til. Der har den. Kom igjen, så langt det går nå. Så langt det går nå. Bra, Kosta.
Den nå. 25.
Well, because of the 5-rock rule, can't remove guards yet, so go around the center. Our draw weight in this game has been locked in throughout. And again, another one. Perfect placement of that stone, top of the 4-foot. Yasumasa Tanida.
Tight. 7, 8. Helst i gang.
8, 9. 8, 9.
Går.
9, 10. 9. Nei, det er 10.
Wow. Linja er bra.
Gjennom. Ja.
The wheels starting to come off here for Norway. It was already a pretty tough climb. 5 points down with 2 ends to go. A couple of mistakes early here. It doesn't really set up the end. And can't really see them picking up a big score here.
Have to go peel that one off. And you see the difference. So you have the perfect come around and then the peel. The seconds have to be so versatile with their game now with the 5-rock rule.
Yeah, I think even more so with the 5-rock rule, the seconds having to play a lot more draws, and even in the defensive part of the game, where you're up in games, you won't necessarily have the chance to play as many peels. And defense becomes aggression quite often.
See a steady flow of peel weight shots by this Japanese side. Shimizu, 83% on his hits. Trying to make it without touching their own, and goes just over the top of it.
Bare fart, litt tight. 5-6. Ja, skal på. 6. Hard linje. Der 8. Hard. 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 5. Frys.
6, 5.
Vim på, Jørgen.
Det er 6.
Okay.
Right on the face of that one. Don't want to leave any guards out in front. That one sits right on the Pioneer logo.
5-6. På høyde med vår.
Well, Norway, knowing they're down by this score, they're going to be back on the draw later tonight. They'll take on Sweden, so it doesn't get any easier for them.
Pretty tough start. And you might think, well, we'll have a couple of easier teams after, but not really. There's not really any easy teams in the field. Norway is maybe one of the easier ones, you'd say, inexperienced.
We see handshakes, the first game of final out on the ice. USA defeating Korea, so the US, after dropping their first, pick up the 6-3 win. They're 1-1, while Korea loses their third. They're 0-3. Norway's trying to generate something, trying to come around, and seeing too many of those in this one. Trying to go around, goes right through the rings. Now Matsumura clear that one out. Look at those 94% on the hits for Matsumura. Pick this one clean. Look at that. Good measure will make sure that one stays out of the rings. But at most now, a 2 can only be put up by Norway in the end.
Yeah, still having some work to do. Because they clean pick this yellow, they get to keep the red in the forefoot. Norway's going to have to ignore it. And Japan will have a chance to draw in a live 2. That is the way Norway scored a deuce earlier. And Matsumura came up short on the draw, left a nose hit for the second point for Ramsfjell. Quite similar situation.
Andreas.
Well, Ramsfjell kept his team in this one despite the 5, like played competitively. Wasn't far off in that end. Another quality effort from Ramsfell.
Is it buried enough? Don't think so. Remember, Matsumura coming out the lefty hack would see a bit less of this yellow than the other players on the ice, so they're just going to draw.
Well, there's a look.
It's pretty buried.
Split the rings, just trying to draw away.
Well, came up a bit shy. Fifth end, I believe it was. This time a little heavy, but we'll sit around for second shot. That's actually pretty good as well. Leaves a quite steep double. You have to play it though.
Have any chance. This just to get within 3, and then you'd have to try and steal 3 in the 10th end. But this, try and give himself a chance. So the final shot here, trying this quiet weight double. Magnus Ramsfell, 81% on the game. He's 90% on his hits. Well, he is close. Catch it thin and make the double. Look at that from Ramsfell right back. Double was left. He makes it to score 2. But is it too little, too late? Look at this one. What a way to make this one for 2. And after looking at it, they score their 2. They will still extend their arms. Handshakes, a victory for Japan, but Norway finishes with a quality shot, making that double for 2. 9-6 that'll go down. Japan, the winners in this one over Norway. Well, we're going to slide to the opposite end of the 4 sheets. Scotland taking on Netherlands, 4-2. Scotland leads. They get 1 in the 9th. 2-point lead playing the 10th end.
Line's nice, guys.
And that the first stone into the rings for Scotland. And their lead, Hammy McMillan. Netherlands try and set up their 2. Carlo Glasbergen, 28-year-old lead.
Kult best wel nu. Maar lijn is oké.
Line's great. Line's great. Bob now. Bob.
Hard. Nice.
Well, the first 2 into the rings. And behind Try and get the 2 corner guards in play. Glasbergen, 91% on the game.
Here. Top. Mooi steen, Carlo. Goed veeg, boys.
Just halfway.
Halfway's great. Heavy clean. Room.
Halfway.
Line's nice.
Bobby Lammy now, again, trying to line these up. That 2-point lead.
Room. Run.
Halfway tight.
Hard then. Whoa. Nope.
Shot, Bob.
Up.
Important shots. Got to keep these around. Can remove any of those guards, but the peel doesn't do any good. You got to try and keep shooters around.
Yep.
Lawrence Hoekman.
Yep. Yep. Okay, Lau. Prima.
Well, trying to leave a couple corners. Gets rid of that one in the top of the 12-foot.
I think it goes over the top. Yeah, okay.
Bobby Lammy, 96% on the game. Was an all-star second last year at the World Championship in his first appearance.
Doesn't hold the line or tight for. We're like really close to the rings.
Close.
Close, 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 close. We're almost in.
Yep. 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 Hard.
Almost in.
Hard. Whoa. Hand over. Okay.
Shit.
No, it doesn't quite get there. Leaves part of that one still exposed.
Carl, touch.
En in het hek wel goed is. Als je overal het beste. Oké. Dan hek.
Well, an important shot here. Chance to try and get down to it, hit and roll over to the wing. Trying to set up a chance at 2 for Netherlands.
Yep. Clean. Yep. 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 Hard. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Real big sweep, get by. And they'll actually roll the other way. It will sit still right in the 4-foot.
Good fake, boys. Okay, cool.
Freeze or run.
Je houdt niet heel veel
Good
mensen
freeze.
over.
Right in the nose of it.
Look at the numbers for Grant Hardy in this one.
Line's a little narrow.
They're going to try and play for the force here in this 10th end. Try and bounce back after a loss earlier today.
Line's good. Line's good. Rim.
Yep, yep.
Line's good.
Hard for line now.
Hard line.
Hard line.
Hard line.
High side.
Right to the face, closing in the scoring zone. And another final. It is Canada knocking off Italy. Italy concedes defeat. So 9-5 the final. Canada wins again. So Canada improves to 3-0. Italy drops to 1-2. To the delight of the home fans here in Lethbridge. So this is the lone game out on the ice still. Over on sheet A, 4-2. A low scoring affair.
Nee, je wil een ietsje angle houden. Ja, net is je.
Jaap van Dorp, look at quality numbers for Team Netherlands. 88% overall, going shot for shot with that of their opponent Scotland.
Hard line. Yep. 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 Nooit eraf. Yep. Hard. Yep. Je hebt hem. Hard. Ga door. Ook naar de guard. Yep. Ook naar de guard. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Get by the front, try and get a little separation. as it is shot stone, back 4 foot belonging to the Dutch. They need 2 to tie, 3 to win.
Scan.
You might as well call a time just so we can talk about it.
Well, Scotland will take their timeout.
I think if we come here, he has this for 3.
Yeah, I agree. Have I got any of that? Take it.
It's all right. Get right to it. And if we do nothing now, all he has is this. I think that's easier.
I don't like having to scrape this to play this. You spin off, you maybe leave my double to I3. At least this, even if I'm back here,
It's all right, yeah. He
nah,
freezes.
it's still good for 2. They're going to turn that music off.
Yeah.
Right on it. You never
Cover the
play
pin
this. You make sure you kill the back one.
I think if you are over high, it's maybe all right, but I just don't want to spring that anywhere closer to that guard.
Right, right to the button then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Need a little bit more ice, will I?
Well, they take the timeout to
Sorry?
talk about it. They weren't really worried that too
What
much
do you
about time.
mean? Ice-wise? I don't know.
Worried about the 3, though.
Yeah, I think that's always a worry.
I think that's good, Amy.
Going home with hammer and the extra, I think they'll be okay with it.
I'll try and give you a couple.
Just got to make sure not to give the Dutch a chance to win the game here in 10.
It's been a well-played game.
Watch it through it.
Grant Hardy, 87% on the game.
Whoa!
Line's good.
Line's great.
Line's good.
Hard then.
Hard then.
Hard, guys. You got it. Line's
Hard,
great.
boys. Hard.
Hard. Hard. Keep going.
Curling.
Just past the top red.
Well, it's not really where they want it to go.
Well, that's trouble. Leaves a double here for Van Dorp. Potentially line 3.
Can you make a roll as well at the same time?
Yeah, I think you can roll away here. Maybe in underneath the corner guard. You might see Scotland having to play the freeze again.
Well, Van Dorp winning yesterday their first game. Beat Team USA, the Olympic champions. Now against the world bronze medalist from a year ago.
I mean, they're going to get better every year. Stick together. You know each other really well.
Well, there's the double. Now make the roll. Get it over behind the corner and line 3.
Okay, top werkt.
He's a real good shooter. Van Dorp always been.
And the more games you play against the high level, better you'll be in the decision making, the shot calling. But the execution here of this shot, spot on, makes the hit and roll off the double takeout.
Just like I mentioned, Scotland, they don't have much else than the freeze. Might have to make it here. I'm not sure if you'll get a second chance.
Bruce Mowat, 71% on his draws. He's playing one right now.
Rim.
Heavy, says the front end.
Line's close.
Line's good.
Still room. Still got room.
Hammy. Hard hammy.
Hammy when you can. Get it off this guard. Get it off this guard.
Needs to curl, try and get past that corner, and they won't.
Wow.
So what a swing after the timeout. The miss by Hardy, the double and roll made, miss by Mowat. Netherlands lying 3.
Maar ik denk dat dit de goal is.
Oké.
Wat heeft hij?
Ja, precies. Nou,
Hij moet een triple gooien.
Ja, precies. Of heeft hij hier iets?
Sorry?
Ja, maar ja, als jij hem hier gooit, dan heeft hij de dubbel. En dan, ja.
Ja. Ik denk als ik hier ben, dan heb ik met mijn laatste altijd een run voor 3. Mee eens? Ja.
Ja.
Want stel... Sorry? Ja, maar dat draw voor...
Dan heb je een draw voor 3.
Ja.
Ja, hij is niet als hij daar stikt.
Ja, oké.
Ja, oké, dan heb ik
Maar
een
dan
runback voor 3.
heb je misschien een hack of een run of zo.
Kijk wel even wat Sherry denkt. Oké.
Well, I think we want to draw in here somewhere, but we're not quite sure where. This is pretty good. He might only have this, but if you're... Yeah, I was thinking that as well. Yeah. You can also just put it here.
Ja, want dan gaat hij via de achterkant naar achter.
Ja, maar dan is het toch open, want dan ligt hij hier.
Is goed. Ik denk hier, bij de 4.
Ja, als je hem gewoon precies ernaast legt. Ja, I think we don't mind if he plays this.
So, here or do you want here?
Ik denk hier.
Okay. But max biting before, right?
Ja.
Toch zelf de hoop zijn met die rode.
Oké, dus gewoon daar.
Dus calls bij de 4,
ja, dit is overal
marge is vol 12.
Ja, duidelijk.
Bij het 4.
Oké, thanks.
Well, Sherry LeBrant, their coach, coming out, talked that one over. It wasn't necessarily a shot. It's where's your margin? If you miss it, which way are you going to miss it?
Ja, 4-0 gewoon dan. 95 is goed. 4-0 is goed. 95.
So they want to bring this one
Liefst 4-0.
biting forefoot.
Oké, dan gooi ik.
That's what he said. Tolerance being top 12.
Bij het 4 boys.
Definitely don't want to slip deep here. Leave Scotland to freeze.
Well, 81%. Ludo Guzgens.
Oké, lijn is goed. Hij is nog wijd.
Wow.
Oh.
Just still 20 years of age.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, oh.
Hoger is beter.
Hoger is beter. Waar? Oké.
Wow.
Komt-ie.
Wow.
Carlo. Yep. 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 Yep.
Well, they get by, take it right to the top of the forefoot.
Oké, dat werkt.
Well, lying 4. That's your winning points in there right now.
Right there.
Ging hard op het eind.
Seems to come down pretty hard.
Yeah. Just a kind of easy hack, are you?
11-5.
Yeah, okay. Half stone.
This is tough.
All or nothing on this one now for Mowat?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
You make the perfect roll. Not sure if the Dutch have much chance to get to it. Maybe be able to run corner guard in. But with the yellow staggered in the top 8, there's not much to raise back. This is a tough shot from out. Need to make the roll.
Nice way.
Close.
Clean. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
No.
Whoa. Hard, Bob.
Well, trying to get the right angle.
Whoa.
Hit. Now roll right into the forefoot, right in behind.
Wow.
Clutch shot from Mowat right to the button.
What you're looking at.
What a shot under pressure.
You said it, the only one left is that angle raise of the corner guard now.
That is such a clutch shot. That is just marvelous. Curling.
Well, and just, they almost overswept it with the curl. Bobby Lammy there. As then Hammy McMillan gets on.
Just ends up being perfect.
Half.
Really can't play that much better at all.
Anything from a half to a third, probably.
Still like pretty good chance here. It's not necessarily about that Huskins' best shot in the book. He's been really good at the draws so far this weekend. This is a bit more of a trick shot. Sounds close.
Well, curl up a hair, right through, pick it out. Wow. For the win, look at that. Is that any good to knock off the world bronze medalist? The angle raise takeout, and they'll score 4 and the victory against Scotland. What a way to wrap up session 4. Look at this one more time.
What a finish. The roll by Mowen, and look at this. I mean, yeah, he's drawn the button about 1 million times so far through the couple of sessions, and to angle that back for 3.
Love the reaction there. Buder, what a great shot to win the game. Was just 3, so 5-4. Netherlands knocks off Scotland, a 2-loss day for the Scots.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just a reminder that the next round will begin at 7 p.m. tonight. The building will be cleared for cleaning, so you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Until then, I'm Tony Mays, wishing you safe travels and a pleasant good afternoon.
Our feature game, session 4, Japan against Norway. 9-6 was Japan winning that one against Norway. They stay unbeaten. Seventh end, and Japan came in a little bit deep, allowed chance for Magnus Ramsfell to play the hit, but only for 1. The out-turn hit and stick, and Norway gets a single point. Trying to come back, set up the steal. Ramsfeld, Norway gets in there to lie too, but they're open. And Yuta Matsumura, a lefty skip for Japan, delivers with the double takeout, and they will score 2. Extend their lead. 9th end, facing nothing but this very thin double takeout. Ramsfell with the quiet weight. And he will catch it perfectly. Thin double, score there 2, but 2 not quite enough. They concede defeat, as it is Japan picking up their 3rd victory in the 9-6 win over Norway. Scotland, as you just saw, losing on a last rock angle raise takeout to the Netherlands. 5-4 at the final there. 6-3, the US defeats Korea, and Canada keeps winning. They're now 3-0 as they knock off Italy 9-5. Here's where we stand. Canada and Japan to top the standings at 3-0. Then Switzerland and Sweden 2-0. Netherlands 2-1. Germany and the US even at 1-1. Italy, Scotland 1-2. Then China, Norway, Russia, and Korea all without a win at this year's World Championship so far.
Not every day you score 5 in the second end. Was that game over, or did you still have to focus?
We still have to focus it. Yeah, because we played in morning game against China. We took 4, but we kind of up and down game, so we stay focused.
What did you think about your team's performance after that?
Oh, it's been great. Yeah, we had a great start. Yeah, three games, 3 wins. I can't ask more.
So what are you thinking about your playoff chances now?
No, we're not thinking about it. So yeah, we still have to focus the next game. So yeah, there's a chance for playoffs, I believe. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, Japan wins again. For Sam the Rovak, myself, Luke Coley, our entire crew. Thanks for watching. From
from Lethbridge.
Linja er bra. Bare fart. 2-3. Godt.